Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Exhicon Events Media Solutions Limited H2 and FY24 earnings conference call hosted by Ventura Securities Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need any assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. Before we begin, I would like to point out that this conference call may contain forward-looking statements about the company which are based on the belief, opinions and expectations of the company as on date of this call. These statements do not guarantee the future performance of the company and it may involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. I would now like to hand the conference over to Kaushal from Confideleap. Thank you and over to you, Kaushal.
Thank you. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Confideleap Partners and Ventura Securities, I welcome you all to Exhicon Event Media Solutions Limited H2 and FY24 conference call. The company is today represented by Mr. Mohammed Sayyed, Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Nitin Minocha, Co-Promoter, Mr. Sushil Shah, CFO. I would now like to hand over the call to Chairman and Managing Director of the company, Mr. Mohammed Sayyed, for his opening remarks. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Thank you so very much and very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to each one of you as we gather to the conference call of Exhicon Event Media Solutions Limited, where we aim to delve into exceptional performance during H2 and FY24. Before we delve into the specifics of H2 and FY24, allow me to provide a concise overview of the company. Exhicon has strongly established itself as a pioneering force in the exhibition, conferences and event industry in India and of course now in some other countries. The important things to be highlighted here about the company is that we were the top 500 brands in Asia by the Asia Top 500 in 2019. We became the APP's top 100 SMEs in India in 2023. We also became India's first 360-degree exhibition and event company with full gamut of services and in-house infrastructure. Exhicon also has the pioneering publication on trade fair sector in the country, which is started in 2005 called Trade Fair Times, which is the pioneer trade fair magazine of the country. Exhicon also recently started UAE's pioneer trade show media called Trade Fair Times Arabia. We started the first exhibition on event and exhibition services and event venues in 2009. India's first exhibition venue management company is Exhicon now, since we are very specialized in the exhibition centered fair. We also created world's biggest performances stage in Nagpur for Latarang, Shri Ravi Shankar, and we were the Guinness World Record facilitator in 2023 for the largest general insurance festival of the world in Pune. To talk about the roots, it traces back to the humble beginning of Exhicon Group, which was founded with a mere capital of rupees 2,300 in the year 1997. Through dedication and visionary leadership, we were considered to be one of the very prominent players in the industry. We incorporated Exhicon Event Media Solutions Limited in 2010, becoming a premier provider of comprehensive services for the trade fair sector. In 2023, we achieved a significant milestone by getting listed on the BSE SMA platform, making a new chapter of growth and expansion. Post-listing, we increased the number of top-line events from 16 to over 40, showcasing our enhanced capabilities. We also completed 7 strategic acquisitions and introduced 8 new service areas, expanding our expertise into niche markets like religious tourism and aviation. Exhicon offers an extensive range of products and services, including media and integrated marketing, temporary and permanent event infrastructure, and event management services. We have evolved into an end-to-end service provider, efficiently managing all aspects of the exhibitions and events industry. Our key services include designing and construction of B2B and B2C fairs and events, assisting clients with necessary permissions and licenses. Our diverse clientele ranges from the state governments, domestic associations, international clients, and sectors such as hospitality, F&B, FMCG, international trading, and healthcare. The company excels in organizing B2B and B2C both and hybrid events, of course, maximizing visitors' attendance at trade shows. Additionally, we offer media and advertising services, including show bulletins, design and printing, coverage across outdoor, print, radio, and digital media platforms for the exhibitions and events. Our subsidiaries further enhances our service offerings, positioning Exhicon as a leader in the industry. Our dedication to excellence is reflected in over 100 awards we have received. Notably, we manage the General Insurance Festival of India, as mentioned earlier, setting a new Guinness Book of World Records for the largest attendance at an insurance conference in the world. Our portfolio includes prestigious events such as G20 Bharat 2023, the Global Cooking Festival, the Namo Job Fair, the UP Trade Show in Noida, as well as the large corporate events for clients such as SSBGM and major corporate events in Pune. Our subsidiary DG Globe is redefining integrated marketing communications with an FY24 turnover of rupees 21 crores, where we anticipate an impressive annual CAGR growth of 50% over the next 2 years. The India events and exhibition market is projected to grow from $5.23 billion in 2024 to $7.80 billion by 2029, with a CAGR of 8.31 during this period. Exhibitions and events are crucial drivers of economic growth, and the Indian government's initiative to support various industries are expected to boost the demand for this sector. Exhibitions are powerful enabler of trade and economic growth, and India's rapid economic development has positioned it as a prime exhibition destination. The retail market in India is anticipated to reach $1,750 billion by 2026, underscoring the country's economic potential. In conclusion, the India event and exhibition market is set for significant growth, driven by strategic government support, technological advancement, and innovative practices like geo-cloning, and Exhicon is committed to become the world's most admired solution provider for exhibitions and events, fulfilling our promises with the highest integrity. We will explore all alternatives and maximize all opportunities to achieve progress for our customers, our company, and ourselves. I would also like to highlight the H2 and FY24 consolidated and standalone financials. As far as the consolidated finances are concerned, for the second half of FY24, our total income was 41.7 crore, with an EBITDA of 9.19 crore and an EBITDA margin of 22%. Our profit after tax, after accounting for a minority interest, which is also an important segment and aspect of this financial, was 5.43 crore, giving us a PAT margin of 13%. The earnings per share stood at 4.19. For the entire FY24, we achieved a total income of 89.12 crores, reflecting a year-on-year growth of 49%. Our EBITDA for the year was 20.13 crore, marking a 46% growth year-on-year. The profit after tax after minority interest was 13.09 crore with a PAT margin of 15% and a year-on-year growth of 43%. Our EPS for the year was pegged at 10.09. For the second half of FY24, our total income was 17.70 crores with an EBITDA of 3.42 crores and an EBITDA margin of 19%. Our profit after tax was 2.34 crores with a PAT margin of 13% and EPS of 1.97. For the full FY24, we recorded a total income of 41.84 crores with an EBITDA of 9 crores and EBITDA margin of 22%. Our profit after tax was 6.31 crores with a PAT margin of 15% and EPS of 5.29. This is a standalone. Now, looking ahead, Exhicon Events Media Solutions maintains an optimistic outlook, grounded in its strong performance and strategic initiatives aimed at achieving industry prominence. The company's consistent growth and financial stability position in favorably for continued success in the dynamic market landscape. Before we delve into the question and answer section, I want to express my sincere gratitude to all the stakeholders for being an integral part of our growth journey. Your support and involvement have played a crucial role in our success, and we genuinely appreciate your valuable contribution. With this, I would like to open the floor for questions and answers. Thank you once again for your presence and continued support. Thank you very much. Over to the moderator.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you have a question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad and please wait for your turn to ask the question. If you would like to withdraw your request, you may do so by pressing star and 1 again. Our first question comes from Ayush Agarwal from Exhicon. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Ayush Agarwal from Ayush Agarwal Research. So I wanted to ask you if you can expand a little bit on the strategic goals and visions of the company for the next 3 to 5 years, and also the core competencies at our company that contribute to the competitive advantage that we are having.
Okay. Sushilji, would you like to take up this?
Yes. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Piyushi, we have focused more on our strategic, all our strategic initiatives will be focused on our organic and inorganic growth. As Sayyadji, the chairman, mentioned about the organic growth that we are aligning and we are aiming at, our primarily inorganic growth would be in the field of the geographical coverage as well as into the service industry, the areas of the services that we provide. So we would like to first expand ourselves not only in India but extending our presence and footprints in Middle East. And that's how we have started acquiring a couple of acquisitions in the Middle East. And we have some few more in pipeline which are under discussion. So keeping our growth strategy, which is on expansion of services and also on the client retention and reputation. So if our client reputation has improved from somewhere around 70-75% to it has gone up to 80-85%. So that is another strategy that we are following, and our motto for doing that is customer is our customer. So keeping this kind of philosophy and guidelines right from the top management till the last man in the company, we aim to do a good service, perform a good service, give a good service, perform more, promise less, and do our reputation, client reputation, keep improving our client reputation. And to support all this, our team, our HR practices are put in place. They are well in place, both for the top management as well as for the middle line and the bottom line. So this kind of our HR policies and teamwork ensures us our strategies will make sure that we will be able to deliver what we will promise. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Our next question comes from the line of Mahima Rathod from Tiger Assets Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. So I had a few questions. So firstly, if you could tell me something about the revenue and margin guidance for the next 2 years. And my second question would be about the industry dynamics and competition as well as the market share that the company has.
Fine. Sushil, no, I think Nitin can take that question up.
Yeah.
Nitin, can you please come online?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sure. So we have had a very good 2-3 years of growth, wherein we have not only grown organically, we have not only grown on a standalone basis in terms of our core services, but we have also added, we have done some acquisitions and have grown inorganically also. So moving forward also, we continue to retain this space. And your question was on margins then? Sorry, could you repeat your question?
I was asking for revenue and margin guidance for the next 2 years.
Okay. So we have a good visibility for the next 2 years, both in terms of organic as well as inorganic growth. As you may be aware that we have made certain acquisitions, including the recent one in Dubai. So I think we are looking at a conservative 50% increase in revenue for the next 2 years. And our margins after minority interest, the PAT margins, should conservatively go up at least 100 basis points every year for the next 2 years.
And so could you specify the industry dynamics as well as our market share compared to our competitors? And who would be our competitors?
Saji, you would like to take this?
Yes, sure. I would definitely like to take this. So let me tell you that as far as the competition to Exhicon is concerned, I can humbly submit that we do not have a sort of competition so far in the industry. For the simple reason that the exhibition industry requires about 32 odd major support services to be provided to exhibition and trade fair organizers or the corporate or the conference organizers. And Exhicon has been, way ahead of the competition right from the beginning of its inception in the country. So what we normally do is basically to provide 100% end-to-end services. We have excelled in most of our offering to trade fair and exhibition sector. Now, if you talk about individual service competition or the market share in that category, I would say yes, because in 32 services there will be different competitor or the industry fraternity members who will be into the similar kind of services. But when it comes to the holistic approach and the end-to-end solution for trade fair and exhibitions, then so far Exhicon is the only company in the country. Because it needs a lot of, dedication, a lot of experience, a huge amount of investment in infrastructure, in manpower, in resources, expertise, experience, to excel even in one service of trade fairs and exhibitions. So imagine if you have to have 32 services under one umbrella and one, actor, how difficult it could be for the rest of the competition. So to answer your question, just to summarize, I would say that we don't have any competition as such. So as far as the market share is concerned, it's more of how much we are able to take up in terms of execution. Because we need more manpower, more resources, more expertise and experience to execute bigger projects and more market share, rather than competing with existing scenario where the other competitions are anyway, working in line with our core competencies. That's the answer.
Thank you so much, sir. Mahima's line seems to be inactive, so shall we move into the next question?
Yes, sure.
Sure, sir. Our next question comes from Nitin Vasan from Illumina Consulting. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
You're audible, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Team Exhicon on stupendous performance year on year, and it continues. I am one of the investors since the IPO and continue to hold, and will continue to do so till eternity. Second, I'd also like to congratulate the chairman on his son's publication of his book. Congratulations. Now coming back to the questions per se, I have 4 questions. I'll first ask you, and then the second one in the queue again. So my first question is on the business model. In case the management can please take me through to what kind of percentage do you receive after a particular order as advance, and how do the payment cycles, play out till the order is executed? So if you can just take us through that. Second thing is that, of course, Exhicon, as we see, is on an acquisition spree. You just bought a helicopter charter service. You're buying hotels. So these are ventures which are, yes, in a sense, related to each other. But then they need, qualified top-notch professionals of different pedigree. And also I see that, some of your acquisitions are here in India, then some are in Middle East. So how are you going to manage this Jamboree, including, the compensation and the operation? So these are the 2 questions. Rest 2 I'll ask in the queue afterwards. Thank you.
Sure. So let me take
Thank
the
you so very much.
acquisition.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
yeah,
Nitin, will you take the first one? I'll take the other one.
Sure. On the payment cycle, we are we are into events, and we also do government contracts nowadays, government events, wherein the cycle is longer. So as a result, our combined payment cycle has gone up in the last 2 quarters. Also because of postponement of certain contracts in just before the elections, our overall debtor has increased in this year, but we expect it to come down and stabilize it to around, say, 60 to 70 days of payment cycle. We get around 10% advance, 10 to 20% of advance, and sometimes we get some payment during the execution stage. But typically after the event is done or after the events are done. So as a result, our payment cycle is higher at this point of time, but we aim to get it down to below 60 days in next 2 to 3 quarters.
Right. Thank you.
You can take up the acquisition.
Yeah. About the acquisition, as you mentioned that, we are, how can we really manage the jamboree of the acquisitions? So if you get into detail of what we are acquiring and how we are acquiring, you'll find that there is a strategic move behind it, not just the acquisition, acquisition per se. So the game is like every, acquisition partner has to be there with us for at least next 5 to 10 years. That is point number 1. With this comes the entire expertise, experience of the acquisition partner on the table with us. We also not just acquire company for the purpose of acquisition, but there are many strategic, things behind it. For example, if you talk about UHPL, which is the United Heli Charters Private Limited, UHPL is not just a helicopter company and MRO company, but is available at the Juhu Airport, which is 500 acres of land parcel in Mumbai. And this land parcel is the biggest land parcel of the city, wherein, as per the latest policy of the government in aviation, these private, airports and the smaller airports are getting commercialized, and about 30 to 40% of the total space is being converted into ancillary services. So now when you talk about the ancillary services, there comes the importance of the spaces for events and exhibition. So our objective is not just to acquire the company and just, left, right, and center, but there has to be a very strategic, alignment of our vision along with that acquisition, which comes along with this sort of proposals. So UHPL comes with a lot of experience of not just the MRO, but the flying. And when we talk about flying, if you remember, we had announced on DHC getting into the religious tourism. Now, religious tourism needs the helicopter. Either we have to be actually depending on third-party vendors, or we have to have our own in-house resource. Objective of Exhicon right from the beginning has been to have as much in-house facility and infrastructure and resources as much possible, because that gives you a lot of, leverage. So one is that UHPL will give us the helicopter rides and the experience and expertise, because the company was formed way back in 2002, and this comes from none other than the, Qatar General Petroleum Corporation Gulf Helicopters, which are the most experienced people in this region. So the space is what we look at as an opportunity when we acquire these kind of companies. The amalgamation of the existing acquisition into the service offering of Exhicon is another. As far as the management is concerned, we have the experts and those partners who are already there on the board to manage the business. We monitor them, we learn them, we keep on guiding them, and we have a kind of connect from the MICE sector to the aviation sector, which is giving us, sort of a good visibility also. Similarly, if you look at the Middle East, now Dubai is a market for the next biggest exhibition and trade fair market in the region. After Expo 2020, the Dubai has grown exponentially as far as the exhibitions are concerned. You will be surprised to know that over 100,000 exhibitors are participating from India in Dubai exhibitions every year. So these exhibitors need services. They need support. They need end-to-end management, and many of them are already our client in India. So we need a strong base in Dubai, because Dubai World Trade Center, Sharjah Expo Center, Abu Dhabi ADMIC, these are some key business, drivers as far as the exhibitions and commission venues are concerned. And these are creating historical exhibitions and trade fairs. And India is a major partner in most of their exhibitions and trade fairs. Hence, we took this call since we were already there and serving some of the organizers. So we thought of why not, take this opportunity further and create more and more revenue resource and as well as a service portfolio for the clients of those who are participating in UAE trade fairs. That is about the acquisition. Third very important acquisition point is that we don't just acquire the company. If you look at the acquisition model that we have been doing in last 1 year, you will find that our cost of acquisition has been very low. Why? Because we want the acquisition partner to be a part of our service portfolio, play a vital role in providing services to our client, and remain our partners for long, because the challenge that Exhicon faces today is not just the business development, but the execution of the services for our clients. And hence, we need to have more and more manpower, experienced manpower, people with industry experience and exposure to be part of us. And what best that having them on board as our partner, so that it's a long-term association, it's a part of the growth, it's a manpower which is consistently with you for next 10, 15 years. So that's the major point for acquisition of these companies. And as far as management is concerned, as I said, that the skin of those founders and the existing management of the company we are acquiring is always there. We don't allow them to exit for at least 10 to 15 years from now.
Yeah. Thank you. I just have an add-on question to the business part. Are the hotels part of the listed entity, the El Fresco, Blue Sky Lounge? Are they part of the listed entity or not, please?
No, it is not part of the listed entity. It is part of the Exhicon Thailand Company Limited, which is based out of Thailand, and which is a good promoted company, as you can also see in the presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All the best.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. We will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. Our next question comes from Shio Narayan from Tech Funda. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you for allowing me to ask the question. Actually, my question is related with the previous question that somebody has asked, but little bit in different way. So I see that we have acquired some hotel, hospitality related, foods and dry foods, selling related business, real estate related business, healthcare and web software development related business. As Mr. Syed said that all these businesses are related with the main Exhicon company, but I don't see no value in it. Maybe I'm just investor, so probably I'm not saying Mr. Syed might be saying it, but managing this company is too much of pain, right? Instead of just taking the service of these expert companies, why we are taking pain of managing those companies and investing our money into those companies? Because it will also dilute the focus of the management. And another question is that, are we not 100% sure that we have very good scale and opportunity in the exhibition business that we are focusing on acquiring of so many different companies in India and in other part of the world?
Okay. So as far as the group promoted companies are concerned, these are not acquired companies. If you talk about the FMCG or healthcare or hospitality business or the real estate business, these are the companies which are differently established companies by the group promoters, not part of the Exhicon right from the beginning. It is not acquired companies. That's what is important to understand. The second is what we are thinking of and what is the debate within the management since last 6-7 years is that most of the services which are related with MICE as a whole, when I say MICE, it is meetings, incentives, conferences and exhibitions. That includes the hospitality, that includes the travel, that includes the conference management, exhibitions and trade fairs, will slowly get amalgamated into the listed entity. However, it's not immediately possible because there are diverse shareholding patterns right from the beginning. As you can see that the group was established in 1997 and since then there has been different activities of the group. So exhibitions as a whole, including the MICE, it's an extension of exhibition, will be soon amalgamated into one listed entity is what is our vision. And we are internally discussing how to do it and how fast to do it. So later you will see that only the healthcare and the real estate and FMCG, these are three different segments which cannot be amalgamated into the existing structure of exhibitions and trade fairs. These three will be separated from the overall business of Exhicon, but rest of the services will be amalgamated soon.
Sure, sir. Thank you. These group companies' revenue is accounted into the Exhicon company that you declare into the BSE or NSE exchange?
Well, so as far as the current scenario is concerned, the group promoted companies' revenues are not counted into Exhicon. Only the listed entity and its subsidiary is consolidated. But as I mentioned, once the entire service portfolio gets merged into the Exicon's listed entity, then of course this will be by default happening.
But I think in the investor presentation, I am not seeing any subsidiary separate page for subsidiary company of Exhicon. It would be better to give that because otherwise it is very confusing for the investor and other readers who is reading. They probably feel that all these companies that you are talking about is part of is a subsidiary of the main company.
No, if you look at the presentation, it is clearly written that group promoted and group companies. So group promoted companies are definitely separated companies from the existing Exhicon Events Media Solutions Limited, which is a listed entity. But if there is more clarity required, we can definitely do that.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Our next question comes from Imran Khan from Longbow India Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for the opportunity. I have one question on the balance sheet. If I look at the current assets, other than receivables, I see 16 crore rupees of long-term loans and advances, and then other current assets of worth 17-18 crores. So can you please highlight what is there in these numbers?
So we have around 32 crores of bank balances on FD. FD has been classified separately from cash and bank. And advances are business advances, which goes into implementing various events. So around 30 to 32 crores of cash and cash equivalents, FDs. Yeah, does that answer your question, sir?
Yes. Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, sure.
So, sir, do you have, when you, let's say, you are working with a venue to do these exhibitions, you don't have to pay any sort of deposit to them, or it doesn't work like that?
So again, I would like
in...
to answer this question. No, I think he's asking that venue, do we have to pay deposit to venue for empanelment or, working with the venue? Is that the question?
Like in many other, other businesses where people do a lot of weddings at a particular destination, they have to pay a long-term deposit to the hotel or restaurant or the space. Is it like very similar in the event management business, or it is the exhibition business, or it is different for this case?
Yeah. So for exhibition business, the main client is the exhibition organizer, even for the venue. So when he books the venue, he also gives the list of his vendor to the venue that he or this company is going to execute the entire work for us. Hence, venue is not asking any direct deposit from the companies like us. But if at all there is a deposit, it is paid by the exhibition organizers. And exhibition organizers are also normally not paying the deposit because they are the client of the venue. So venue needs exhibition organizer in order for them to grow. And hence there is no deposit as such because exhibition organizer brings a lot of value chain by organizing one exhibition at the venue which is owned by the venue owner. So we normally don't pay any deposit. The second advantage to Exhicon, especially pertaining to Pune, is that Pune venue, which is Messe Global Exhibition and Convention Center, is basically, a JV between myself and Mother Enterprises, which was basically a venue managed by us on behalf of the JV partners. So there also we have leverage of being there without any deposit and also being able to execute services, in much better manner because we have good access to all the facilities and service of the venue. So to answer your question, no, we don't pay any deposit to the venue. The organizers sometimes pay the deposit to the venue and sometimes they don't pay. So our client is basically the exhibition organizers, not the venue per se.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have a follow-up question from Mahima Rathod from Tiger Assets Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. So, sir, could you tell me more about the DigiGlobe acquisition and what is the synergy we expect from that acquisition? Hello?
Hello, you are not audible. Can you please repeat?
Yeah, can you please repeat the question?
And maybe can you take...
I wanted to know could you specify more about the DigiGlobe acquisition and what is the kind of synergy we expect?
DigiGlobe has been a subsidiary even before listing. So it's not an acquisition per se in the sense like we've been acquiring other companies. And DigiGlobe has been grown internally. And DigiGlobe basically focuses on the end clients. So for example, in the value chain of exhibition, as you know that we are a 360-degree company. So we cater to both a venue, we cater to an exhibition organizer, and we cater to the participant of the exhibitor who's the participant in the exhibition. So all the services which cater to the final exhibitor, who's actually the the end client who's paying for everyone, for the entire value chain, has now been moved to DG Globe. So, for example, in an exhibition, an exhibitor requires a stall. Once he has taken a bare space in the exhibition from the venue, from the organizer, he'll require a stall to be built up, wherein he will display all his products and services. So those stall design, fabrication, the concept, the designing, the fabrication, and entire setup of the stall, DG Globe does. Then all the services which the final client requires, marketing services, digital marketing, to support his marketing during these exhibition days, are provided by DG Globe. So DG Globe in a way is catering to the end client, whereas Exhicon is catering to, say, as a venue owner or as a service provider catering to the exhibitions. So DG Globe, we have seen a very good growth, and last year FY24 DG Globe closed at around 21 crores of sales, and we expect a very good growth in DG Globe.
And sir, could you also define margins for DG Globe?
DG Globe's margin, 1 minute, I'll just take you to the margins. Give me a minute, please. So, for example, for the full year, FY24, DG Globe, we did 20.4 crores of revenue and around 3.4 crores of PAT, 3.41 crores of PAT, giving us a PAT margin of around 16.7%, which is higher than the total consolidated, even the standalone and the consolidated PAT margins by around almost 150 basis points. And we expect these margins to continue further, improve further, because we are catering to the end client where the value addition is higher and the stickiness of business is higher.
Sir, could you give me a bifurcation of the revenue that we earn from government and B2B and B2C?
Sorry, can you repeat? Breakup? Are you asking for the breakup?
Yes, sir. From B2G, B2B, and B2C.
Okay, so Exhicon, you can say, is entirely B2B because we are catering to, we are more of a service provider. So it's primarily B2B. We have shifted the international business of Exhicon to our Dubai subsidiary, Maple Heights. So if I may put the percentage of international and domestic in totality, after making these adjustments, it would be around 20% international and 80% domestic. Exhicon is entirely, standalone is entirely B2B. So that's around 41 crores is B2B. DG Globe is mostly B2C, you can say, because then we are catering to the end clients. And the other company, Popo Digital, is predominantly B2B again. Maple Heights
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I was just giving you the backup of B2B and B2C company-wise. So Exhicon is entirely B2B,
yes,
which includes catering to organizers, government. So it's entirely B2B. DG Globe is almost entirely B2C. Popo Digital is again B2B, and Maple Heights is a mix of B2B and B2C. So if I may add up everything, our B2C would be around 20 to 25% of the total, and 75% would be B2B. International 20%, 80% domestic.
All right, sir. So in our presentation, we've mentioned that we are looking to have our own exhibition venue. So which cities are we planning to have? So one like we have in Pune. which other cities are we planning for such exhibition venues?
Saji, you would like to answer or shall I?
Yeah, you can continue. No problem.
Okay. So the cities that we are looking at are Pune. That is our core. We already have a venue, and we'll be shifting to a bigger venue shortly. Then we are looking at Ayodhya and Mumbai, as Saidji had mentioned, because after we acquired United Heavy Charters, we have very good relationship with the Airport Authority of India now. And there's a land parcel of almost 450 to 500 acres in the middle of the city, Juhu Andheri, wherein we are talking to them to have a venue there also. So these are the three focus areas: Pune, Ayodhya, and Mumbai.
So one last question. Could you give more details about the traction that is in the religious tourism? How do we plan to grow in that? Or could you explain more about religious tourism as a business avenue?
Sure. So two pieces of one, our presence is in Ayodhya. We are looking at a venue, setting up a venue there in Ayodhya. And second, our acquisition of United Heavy Charters. These two moves will put us into religious tourism space.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, so sorry, I lost connection. So, what kind of business can we expect from this, the Ayodhya, if you could quantify the number?
I won't be able to quantify right now, but maybe we'll come back to you. And give us some time for that. I won't be able to quantify it right now. Yeah.
So, one last question. So, do we have any capex plans for the next 2 years?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Do we have any capex plans going forward in the next 1 or 2 years?
Sorry, you were not audible. I'm so sorry.
No, that's all right, sir. So, I just wanted to know if we have any capex plans going in the next 1 or 2 years.
Which client? Sorry.
Plans, if we have any.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. Your voice is not audible.
Can moderator please specify the question, if you don't mind?
Yeah, if anyone has...
Yes. Mahima ma'am, could you please repeat your question once again?
I just wanted to know if the company has any capex plans in the next 2 years.
Okay. So, she's asking about capex plans in next 2 years. So.
Capex plan. I'm so sorry, I couldn't hear it. Yeah. So, our capex will go towards building the venue in both Ayodhya, Pune, and Mumbai. That will be the major capex. And the other spending will be on acquisition. We'll continue to do acquisitions. Acquisitions which basically fall in the purview of exhibitions, events, MICE, which is the core business of Exhicon. Anything that supports our core business, we'll be open to making acquisitions. We have certain parameters as to we're looking at a valuation which is significantly less than the valuation of Exhicon, so that we can add value to so that the acquisitions can add value to the shareholder wealth and are EPS accretive. And these are the two places where our capex will go. We'll continue to generate cash from operations, from PAT, and we'll improve our working cycle so that we release our funds from there also. And we'll be putting our funds in building these three venues, which will give us very good growth in the coming few years. We have given guidance only for the next 2 years. But the acquisitions which are not part of the consolidated revenue at this point of time. We have not counted them. And the additional revenue which will come from these venues will also add to the growth of the business and shareholder value.
Right. So that's really helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question comes from Pranav Shrimal from PINC Wealth Advisory. Please go ahead. Pranav, sir, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to know the breakup of the exhibition revenue that we earn.
Breakup of exhibition revenue?
How much comes from the installation capacity? How much comes from the service that we provide under the exhibition umbrella? How much comes from digital marketing, promotion, staff, stall fabrication, stall design? Is there a breakup available?
Yeah. So the entire revenue from Exhicon standalone, Exhicon, the listed company, comes from providing services to the exhibition organizers, which includes managing the entire event, setting up temporary venues if required, giving the entire services that goes into conducting the event, F&B also. So the entire revenue of Exhicon comes from service providing to the exhibition organizers. That is around 41 crores, or you can say around 45% of the consolidated revenues. The entire revenue from DG Globe comes from stall design, catering to the social media, the SOE, the marketing support services to the clients who are participating in the exhibitions. So that's around, say, 25% of the total, 20% of the total. The other part of the revenue comes from providing other services like registration software, etc., which is in Copo Digital. And international is a mix of, it's predominantly again support services to the organizers, exhibition organizers in Middle East, primarily Dubai. That's it. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, sir. Our next question comes from Sanika Khemani from Spark Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you're audible, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want a clarification in terms of, are we looking at a 50% CAGR growth over the next 2 years, or it is a 50% total growth over the next 2 years?
50% CAGR. Year on year.
50% CAGR. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. We will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Our next question comes from Priyanka Dalvi, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Priyanka and I'm an individual investor. My question is, are there any changes in the management team or organizational structure? Also, can you please discuss any recent changes in the board of directors or executive team? Hello?
So, there is no change in the board of directors per se. The board of directors of the company remains same. However, we have a key management team which is a value add and added experienced manpower to the team in order to have more better execution of events and also the experienced people in the top level management. So there you see, Mr. Anil Shah, who brings about 40 years of industry experience, You see Mr. Sandeep, Dr. Sandeep, who brings a lot of experience, 22 plus years of experience in the sports event as well as the, niche events. We have Mr. Azhar Khan, who has 25 plus years of industry experience, who is now Director, Government Projects for Exhicon Events Media Solutions Limited, wherein we have an SBU for the corporate mice as well as government mice. And then Prakash Naik, Pushki Naga, Ketul Shah. These are some key important people who have been added in the portfolio of the top level management of Exhicon post the listing of the company for much more better reach and much more better execution of the services of Exhicon. But there is no change in the board of directors.
All right. Thank you so much for your information, sir. That really helps. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our next question comes from Latika, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, Latika here. I wanted to know what is the company's policy on the dividend and share buyback?
Dividend will continue to give. Yeah. So we had 1 rupee per share dividend last year. This year also, I'll not be able to quantify right now, but the board will take a decision on dividend. But will definitely be a dividend. There'll definitely be a dividend in coming years also, in this year also. As of today, there's no share buyback plan.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Our next question comes from Hemant, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, my name is Hemant Singh. I'm an individual investor of Exhicon since IPO. My question is, as mentioned in the press release, we are looking to acquire more stake in Dubai subsidiary, that's Maple Heights, to reduce the risk of minority interest. Are there any timeline for further acquisition, and what will be the quantum of stake to be added?
Yeah, we should be shortly doing it in this half only, in first half itself, and the quantum will be we will increase our stake to around 76%.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. We have a follow-up question from Nitin Vasan from Illumina Consulting. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So I have 2 questions. One is with the management can please...
Nitin sir, so sorry to interrupt you, sir. Your voice is not audible. Could you please speak a bit louder?
Yeah, just
Am I audible now, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so I have 2 questions. One is, I'd like the management's view on the expansion plan and timelines for Singapore, London, Shanghai, and Dubai. That is first. Second is, I want clarity with a negative CFO of 28.76 crores, which was there this time. These 2 questions are. Thank you.
Could you repeat the second question, please? I'll take the second question first. Negative?
Sir, it's about the negative CFO, sir. 28.7 crores. If the company can please throw highlight on the negative CFO.
Sorry, negative cash flow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, as we had discussed earlier also, we had a high amount of debtor in this in the second half, especially due to postponement of certain events. So that is one part, and the remaining we are holding as cash and cash equivalents because we had raised capital in second half only, and we are yet to deploy it. We'll be deploying it gradually. So once we do that, I think that will be addressed. So our first focus will be on reducing the debtors to a percentage which is like say 60 days equivalent, which is how much? Say 15 to 20% of the sales, So that will release a lot of cash, and we'll address this issue.
Right.
And what was the first question?
Sir, it was regarding the expansion plan and the timeline for Singapore, London, Shanghai, and Dubai.
So I would like to answer that question. Yes, sure. So, we, as you know, that we are also into sales and marketing of trade fair, space, and delegation. And that is, business which is pretty much being welcomed by most of the trade fair organizers around the world. So we're trying to establish a sales office in Singapore, London, Shanghai. Dubai, we already have done it now. So Dubai is not for the sales office anymore. But Singapore being the hub for MICE, London, there are various exhibitions which caters to not only the, London itself or England itself, but the entire Europe that way. And Shanghai is major market for bringing in inbound exhibitors to India and various other countries from Shanghai and from China to the rest of the countries. So our objective is to establish sales offices or even agent offices. I cannot tell you, that it can happen overnight, but we have planned it to have it in next 1 year's time is what I can, show the light on.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have a follow-up question from Shio Narayan from Tech Funda. Please go ahead.
Sure. So in my last question response, you said that we have a lot of group companies, and I can see in the investor presentation also that I could not see last time. So, and we are going to amalgamate them or merge them. So do you have any timeline by when you are thinking that we would be able to merge these group companies into the parent company?
First of all, which group companies are you talking about, so that we are clear about
I think we have Paruhang Constructions, Exhicon Hospitality, Exhicon Real Estate, Exhicon Thailand, Messe Global Pune, Exhicon Impex, BITS.
Okay. So Exhicon Healthcare is a very different company, newly formed company. There's not much at this point of time to talk about, and it is not related to Exhicon Media. So that's out. Paruhang is a holding company, just a holding company of the promoter in Exhicon. So that also has no business at this point of time. The other companies also where there's no synergy with the... So basically, Exhicon Media, the listed company which we are talking about, will have, it has a clear focus. We are into exhibitions, events, and MICE business, and anything that revolves around this thread will be in Exhicon Event Media, and anything which is not related and is original promoter's business even before the listing of Exhicon Media will stay out. So of all the group companies that you are talking, it is only the venue business which earlier was separate because of a JV will now entirely move into Exhicon. It is moving, as I had answered in one of the questions also about the CapEx program. We will be building venues in Pune, Ayodhya, and Mumbai. So the venue business will be entirely in Exhicon Media, the listed company. And again, Exhicon Thailand is again a promoter's company, which we have not yet thought of whether to bring it into Exhicon Media or not.
Okay, so
I hope that
from the group companies, sure, I got the answer, sir, but a little bit of kind of still confusion. So from we have 8 group companies. So out of 8 group companies, which one you think can be merged? One you said about the space or something.
So as of today, I can assure you that all the business related to exhibition, events, and MICE, which is the core business of Exhicon Media, is in Exhicon Media, and there's no business of Exhicon Media which is into any other group company. So as I said, Exhicon Healthcare is a totally different business, not related to media, and hence there's no conflict of interest. Paruhang is a holding company. The venue, as I said earlier, it was a JV between with the Magas in Pune, and now it is shifting to Exhicon Media. So that one thing, that is the major thing which has now been taken care. Rest of the businesses as such are, I mean, even otherwise, they're not in the same line of business. So it doesn't make sense to either bring them to Exhicon Media. Neither it's required.
No, sir.
And there's no conflict of interest also, I can assure you that. There's no conflict of interest also. Yeah.
Yeah, got it, sir. Thank you. Sir, the business that you wanted to merge, the space-related business that is in India or somewhere, what is the revenue? Do you have quantifiable revenue that you can say that this group company has this much of revenue? I basically just wanted to know that if that group company is merged, what is the potential of increase in revenue of the Exhicon Media?
Sorry, could you repeat the question again? You asked about the revenue of group companies.
Yeah, a group company that is about or that is going to be merged in the Exhicon Media. Okay.
So the venue business, as I said, will entirely be in Exhicon now. So far, we have been deriving all the support services business from the venue, but the venue was not within the company. Now the venue will move into the company, and I think the incremental business, which will come from only the Pune venue, will be upwards of, say, I'm just giving an idea. On an annual basis, it will be like maybe 15 to 20 crores.
Okay. Sir, have we utilized all our IPO money or is still something is pending? Because I can see in the balance sheet you have cash and cash equivalent of about 23 crores.
Yes, we have more than 30 crores of cash and cash equivalents at this point of time. I mean, as on 31st March, I'm talking about the last audited financials. So as on 31st March 24, we had more than 30 crores of money unutilized, which we are utilizing in building the venue. It will be utilized gradually, and any acquisitions if we make further. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Our next question comes from Shubham Upadhyay, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. Am I audible?
You're audible, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I was going through your presentation and I saw that 20% of your current revenues are from the government clients. So with the new NPCIL order, do you see this percentage shifting towards higher side or will it remain the same?
Sayedji?
Yes. So NPCIL, we have about 100 odd events, in the entire year. With this, definitely the revenue percentage from the government will get higher. So that is one. Second is we are also working with other exhibition organizers, of which the exhibition could not happen because of the elections announcement. So these announced exhibitions have been shifted to the Q2 of FY25. So we'll have good exhibitions and events from the government side in the H2 of this financial year.
So if you can quantify like how much percentage you would see going for the next year and the year after that?
We can do that, but it comes in some time because we are not having it readily available in front of us.
Yeah, sure.
As I gave you the indication that, NPCIL is something which is big. And then Vibrant Goa, which is government event again, which is shifted to November 2024. And a couple of more events which we can share later once we have, the confirmed dates in hand.
Okay, sure. No issues. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Our next question comes from Syed Rehan, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Very good afternoon. I just wanted to ask you that recently you all have acquired Green Branch, right? 76%. So what is the vision for 2 to 3 years for the growth of this company? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Sorry, you were not audible. Which company? Acquisition of?
You have acquired Green Bench, right? 76% stake.
Yeah. Okay.
So what is the vision for 2 to 3
Branch
years?
LLC. Okay.
Yes.
So Green Branch
what
LLC
is the-
is primarily into, I'll tell you. The Green Branch LLC is primarily into the landscaping and the contracting services in Dubai. It provides the landscaping for venues such as ADMEX, Sharjah Expo Center, Dubai World Trade Center, the Abu Dhabi Airport, and various other B2B clients. So the purpose of the acquisition was basically to enter into the exhibition venues servicing in Dubai, which this company is quite established company, and the founder is from UK. He's a UK citizen, and he's been actively involved in the business side from the inception of this company in UAE. I would say that if I may talk about the CAGR, this could be around 50% year-on-year for next 3 years. And this will also give us a lot of other benefits, such as, having the readily available workshop for execution of the stand construction for Dubai clients and the UAE clients as a whole, because they have 2 branches, one in Abu Dhabi and one in Dubai. And also the manpower, skilled manpower for execution of the temporary infrastructure for exhibition and trade fairs exhibitors.
Okay.
Also, the venues are primarily the B2B clients, wherein all the landscaping work goes to this company. So we get good access to the venue, and from venue we get a lot of good leads for different types of clientele. A venue is the focal point of organizing a trade show or an event. So with this company, we'll have access to many other clientele other than the venue, of course. So I would say 50% CAGR.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our next question comes from Kumud, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
So my question is, hi everybody. My question is, how is digital transformation affecting your business model? What investment company making in technology to stay competitive?
Hello?
Ma'am, please go ahead, ma'am. Your voice was not clear.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my question is, how is digital transformation affecting your business model? And what investment is the company making in technology to stay competitive?
Yes, Ajay, you take this question.
I really could not hear it properly. I could only hear the technological enhancement. What is the full question, if you can please repeat?
Okay, I'll just repeat it again. So I just wanted to know, how is digital transformation affecting your business model, and what investment is the company making in technology to stay competitive?
Great. So, exhibition business is primarily a face-to-face business, and this business is existing since ages on the basic value of being face-to-face. So, yes, there is a possibility of having a value addition of having a virtual exhibition simultaneously with the face-to-face exhibition, but that doesn't affect much to the existing ecosystem of the trade fairs and exhibitions. Now, as far as the technology is concerned, we adopt the technology which is important for serving our existing clients rather than getting into any sort of a threat of competition, because as I mentioned earlier, that the face-to-face is the way forward, and that has been the way for exhibitions happen across the world. So digital came, it made its impact a little bit. The virtual exhibition came during the COVID. 2 years was like somehow it was looking like the digital will take over. The virtual will take over the existing, face-to-face exhibition, but that did not happen. So primarily, it's more of a face-to-face exhibition wherein you have requirement of the expertise in, the experienced manpower, the temporary infrastructure, the designing, the execution, outdoor advertising, F&B, catering, all those, hardcore services which are required on the ground rather than virtually. So virtual will not affect this industry much, and hence we are not focusing more on the technological advancement or development as far as the virtual exhibitions are concerned. But we definitely have the technology upgradation when it comes to providing the services to our clients. For example, if you look at, the Impulse B2B, which is a data listing and database management company providing database to exhibition organizers for their conferences and exhibitions. This company is more into a bit of technological development and enhancement, and they take care of the technology enhancement depending upon the requirement of the client. But technically speaking, there is no threat of any technological development or the virtual exhibition taking over the face-to-face exhibitions in any future.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Our next question comes from Akash Verma, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, very good afternoon. I'm Akash. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Yeah. Could you please share details about any new products or services that have been introduced following the recent acquisitions that you have done?
Should I answer this?
Yeah, please.
Hello. Yeah. So the new acquisition, as you can see, are somehow connected with the exhibition space, religious tourism, MICE as a whole, or extension of trade fair and exhibition services. So when we acquire a company, we keep in mind that how the service of the existing company will amalgamate into our existing portfolio of the services and the platter, which could be bigger and bigger for the trade fair organizers and the corporate clients of Exhicon. So we'll see that the brands which we acquired will enhance our presence and our revenue sources, and this will actually have more sort of value chain towards the overall services being offered to trade fair organizers. Their Spark Communication, for that matter, is entirely into execution of stand building, individual stalls, end-to-end management for B2C, the participant. Impulse B2B, for that matter, is purely into data, based marketing, database management, database listing, and database integration for trade fair organizers. Similarly, NICE by Exhicon is into the corporate communication through audiovisual and TV field. So every company that is being acquired is basically bringing on table the service which is ultimately required by our clients. And this also is to reduce third-party dependence, and because once you have most of the in-house services, it improves service quality, it enhances the exhibitor and visitor satisfaction also.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Our next question comes from Preman Vaishnav, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. My name is Preman Vaishnav. I just want to know what are the company's financial projections for next quarter and full year?
So we have given a guidance of around 50% revenue growth and 100 basis point improvement in EBITDA, in PAT, for the next 2 years. So 50% year-on-year growth for the next 2 years, for which we have visibility, and margin improvement of 100 basis point for next 2 years.
Okay. Has the company received its earning forecast? If so, why?
Sorry, earning forecast?
has the company revised its earning forecast?
I think this is the first time we are giving a forecast or guidance.
Okay. And what are the long-term growth perspectives and how does the company plan to achieve them?
So we are growing both organically and inorganically, and our core business is growing at a very good pace, and we are also making acquisitions in related field, exhibitions, events, nights, anything that supports, whether it is service providing or catering to end client or any other new thing, new technology or business which adds to this theme of exhibition, events and MICE. And so both our organic growth as well as acquisitions will help us in achieving the guidance that we are giving for the next 2 years. And we have not taken into account any further acquisitions that we'll be making. We are looking at many other acquisitions. So we have only counted the internal growth and whatever acquisitions we have made so far and whatever plans we have at this point of time.
Okay. And where can we expect Exhicon in next 10 years?
At this point of time, we have, if you want us to quantify, then we are giving guidance only for 2 years. But moving forwards, of course, we see ourselves, without quantifying, I can say that in terms of vision, we see ourselves to be, we are in fact the largest 360-degree company in this space, exhibitions, events and MICE. But we see ourselves to be a big venue owner, venue operator, definitely in top 5 or at least in top 10 venue, top 5 venue operators in this country. And look forward to consolidate our position and be the leader.
Okay. And what is the expansion plan of its subsidiaries?
Subsidiaries are growing at good pace, and we have not yet thought about. We are looking at various options. We are looking at various options for the subsidiaries also. But subsidiaries are also growing organically at a very good pace.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was the last question. Now I hand over the call to Kaushal for closing comments.
Thank you everyone for joining the conference call of Exhicon Events Media Solutions Limited. If you have any queries, you can write to us at info@confideleap.com. Once again, thank you everyone for joining the conference.
Thank you, members of the management. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Ventura Securities, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may all disconnect your lines now.